Jan is with us. Jan is in California. Hi, Jan. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
How you doing, Dave?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So my economic dilemma is I have what I have been told is a outstanding unresolved debt with a revolving credit card company, and I can name names if you want or not if you don't.
That's fine. Who is it?
Capital One.
Okay. And so you owe them money and you haven't paid them properly. How much money?
Here's the deal. I did a debt consolidation with them, a low interest card, for the life of the arrangement deal with, this will never go up and yada, yada. Turn your high interest to low interest. And I did all that with good faith. And then gradually over time, they started jacking up the interest rate to 19.74% from 2.99%. And
you mean Capital One lied?
Yes,
shocking. Yes. Okay.
Anyway, so I called them on their junk every time, and I said, "Look, what are you doing here? We're moving in the wrong direction." And I gave them several opportunities along the way to renegotiate the contract with me and say, "Look, let's move it to something else. Let's keep the interest rate at a reasonable level." No, sir. This is just strictly a business arrangement decision. Has nothing personal. We still love you, but bend over. And so anyway, I just got to the point where I said, "Look, you know what? I'm going to make a personal business decision, and the decision is I'm not paying you anymore. I'm done." And so $10,000 outstanding balance ballooned into $14,000 and change with late fees and fines and all this stuff. And then they finally froze it. And then I gave them a last best chance of negotiation. And I said, "Look, what can we do to resolve this thing?" And they said, "Well, you can pay us. You can make monthly payments of $1,300 a month until the full balance is paid off, or you can give us a lump sum payment of $10,000." And I wasn't able to do either of those. And I said, "Look, that doesn't work for me. Is there anything else?" And they said, "Absolutely not."
So how long ago was it? How long ago was that?
Approximately 2 years ago.
Okay. And so where do we stand today?
So it's in collections with a collections agency, and it's been outstanding for like 39 months.
Yeah.
And I'm being told that it will take 39 months if I resolve it this afternoon for it to be removed from my credit report and get my credit rating up again.
Yep.
So I just want to resolve the thing, but I'm at an impasse with them, and they're not open-minded. They're just giving me one hard option, and that's it. And I'm just trying to.
What's the hard option they're giving you?
It's the $1,300 a month till it's paid
Still?
off, or $10,000. Yeah, that's it. The collection agency didn't.
They haven't been paid in 39 months, and that's their best offer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me tell you.
Anyway, what's your advice?
39-month-old credit card debt will usually settle for around 20 cents on the dollar.
Okay, perfect.
And that's of the existing balance, including all the crap. Right. So $4,000 will probably settle it, cash on the barrelhead.
Okay.
But you're probably going to have to argue with them. And as you have already discovered, credit card collectors are stupid people.
Yes.
Because if they could get a good job, they'd be working somewhere else.
Correct.
And they also lie, as you've already discovered from Capital One.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to treat this like you're a snake handler and not get bit, okay? And you just pound them and pound them and pound them and pound them, and it's like, I'm not going to listen to you be abusive. You're getting ready to talk to a dial tone, you idiot. Okay? Now, listen, fool. If you guys want money, it's real simple. There's two things you're going to do. You're going to give me the settlement in writing, and you're not having electronic access to my checking account because they are crooks. They will clean out your checking account. You cannot give them access to it. Okay, so you send a wire, you send a certified mail, you have a prepaid debit card with nothing else on the card except the exact amount you settle for, and you negotiate this to about $4,000 in writing, no access to your checking account. Got it?
Yes, and can I also stipulate with them that once the dispute is resolved, that all records of it be removed from my credit rating immediately?
Very difficult to pull off.
Okay.
Because they are not supposed to do that. They're supposed to, under the agreement with the credit bureau, report what occurred. And what occurred was you haven't paid your bill in 39 months.
Okay.
And now, sometimes you can talk them into it, but it's on their part, it's unethical.
Okay. And let me ask you something. One final question.
Mm-hmm.
If I go forward and I need to establish some sort of business arrangement with a utility company or a landlord or something, is that mark enough to knock the wind out of my sails? Is that enough to like throw my train off the tracks?
No, not at all. Because
Okay.
it's a worse mark today because it's a bad debt unpaid. Then when it
Right.
becomes a bad debt settled, that means you've made good on it, right? And so it does positively affect you, and it will remain. All credit remains on your credit bureau report, good or bad, for 7 years.
Okay.
Except for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which stays on 10 years. But this one thing is not going to keep you from living your life.
It's the only thing ever in the entirety of my.
Have you learned your lessons dealing with credit cards?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yes. All right.
If that's all it costs you, then you're going to be okay. You'll be all right. It's a horrible lesson to have to learn, a horrible way to have to learn it. But if it's thorough and you never go back, it's probably worth it. Settle it in writing. No electronic access to your checking account. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen. An email is fine. Keep a hard copy of the email, a hard copy of the payment receipt in a file for the rest of your life, because these people are incompetent and they're crooked. You can tell a credit card collector is lying if their mouth is moving. They're scum. Thanks for calling. A guy hit me on social media the other day. I don't like it when you say credit card collectors are scum. I'm a credit card collector. I'm like, well, dude, you ought to get a better job then. Then you wouldn't be scum, because the industry is, they break federal law. There's a federal law called the Federal Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the way that you're supposed to interact with the consumer when they owe you money, and they break that law on a daily basis. And they lie. We work with them all the time. It's the scum of the world, man. So best way is never have a credit card and never have credit card debt, and then you have to deal with all this stuff. Some of you think I'm being melodramatic. Well, you haven't talked to American Express and Discover and Capital One like we have.